How are you this bright and early Sunday morning? Ready for another card a day in the month of May? Well, today I am going to be making a masculine card, but it's also a quilt card that is we're using the retired stamp set Lily Pad Lake and the retiring paper from the Sail Away Home. Oh, I forgot to put on my comments. Let's see what's here. Hold on. Okay, come on. I have a little twirly thing going. Twirl, 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 connect. Come on, people. Oh, all right. So, oh, I've knocked my camera 100 times and it's all out of joint. There we go. All right. Good morning again. Good morning. Good morning. So, I have another scrap card for you, and I know that is a big deal right now. We're all trying to get rid of our paper, and we also need masculine cards. So I'm combining paper strips, a masculine card theme, and a retired stamp set. So, oh, also, those of you who don't know me, my name's Kristina Reese, and I love helping paper scrappers make a difference with their creativity. I have been doing this series, a card a day in the month of May, every day this month. If you've missed any of the videos, you can either go to the video section on my Facebook page, or you can go over to YouTube, and I have a playlist called a Card a Day in the Month of May. All right, and with that, let's go on and get started. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. Whoops. Well, we just won't have my face up there today. Okay. Hey, good morning, Kim. So this is the retired stamp set we're using called Lily Pad Lake. And so the way this card came about was I was trying to find some more ideas on how to use up paper scraps. And I had all of this Sail Away Home paper, and I love this paper. I bought a couple of packs of it because it's masculine, and I just don't have enough paper for masculine cards. And what I mean by that, it's got this green stripe paper that I can use for any occasion, this blue and dark blue, and also this navy and white. So these are not necessarily nautical papers. All the rest of them are lighthouses, sailboats, seaweed. Oh, wait a minute, this old newspaper. So the newspaper is like a seaport newspaper, but when you cut it up, you don't necessarily see all that. It's just brown and white paper. So all these papers can be used for anything. And then all this. That's why I really love this paper pack, and I went and got extra packs of it before it retired. So we're going to use this, and like I said, Lily Pad Lake has the cute little sailboats on it. So we're going to use the sailboats. Also, this stamp set is good for sympathy, thinking of you with loving thoughts and prayers. Also, be calm and leave it to God for anyone who's going through some really bad times in their life. To see far is one thing, going there is another. And then congratulations. It's got a beautiful swan, a lily pad, sailboats. It also has a die cut set that coordinates with this, but I'm using a circle punch instead today. So, all right, let's make this card. First set, we need to cut strips, four strips that are a 1/2 inch long. So hold on, let me get all these strips here. All right, and we're using, so the way I picked this was the colors. I needed a very dark, I needed a medium, and a couple of lights. So this is the strips that I chose. I'm going to get all the rest of the scrap paper out of the way for right now. Okay. You also need a piece of paper, scrap paper, that is at least 8 inches long, 2 inches by 8 inches. So I took this is the retiring blueberry bushel, and I need to tape or glue these on here. All right, this is how you would create, the quilt square is called basket weave, and what you do when you're creating this quilt square is you take strips of fabric and you sew them together. Oh, wait a minute. I think I've got this mixed up. Oh, yeah, I want the lightest one, the medium one, the really dark one, and then that one. There we go. So this is how we're doing the color combination and the shading, and we're just going to glue these strips on. In quilting, of course, we'd sew these strips. So let me get my glue. I'd use tape runner, but that's a lot of tape. Where'd my glue go? There it is. Okay. So, okay. Come on. I'll tell you what, sometimes this glue bottle likes to clog. Okay. So now this paper is only 11 inches and this strip is 12, so I don't want to go all the way down. And I'm only cutting it to 8 inches because these are going to be cut into 2 by 2 squares. So we put that right on the edge. Right on the edge. All right, and then just, whoops, kind of moved over a little bit. There we go. Okay, there's our first. Oh no, I put my lighthouses on upside down. Oh, poo. Oh well. Life goes on, right? You know what? Interesting. Okay, well, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you just make mistakes like that. I tell you what, I'm trying to decide, should I put the sailboats upside down too? And then cut my squares. What'll happen is if I turn it around so it's right side up, my color schemes, my dark is going to be on this side. And I don't want that because it'll put a dark plus sign in the middle. I want a light plus sign in the middle. Okay. Upside down lighthouses and right side up sailboats. I'm really going to make this very artistic. Okay. There we go. Then we have the nautical, these were compass roses, so compass rose, a whole bunch of them on there. And so I cut it so that you could see a little bit, so you kind of tell what this paper is. I'm going to go upside down with this one. And then that way we kind of have some weirdness to our strips. Oh, Kim, I tell you, my morning. There we go. Nope, that's right side up. Oh, I'm such a goof. There we go, that's upside down. It's funny, Kim, I write out all these instructions and so that I won't make any mistakes, but I still make mistakes, so oh well. And that's the joy of creating, right? The joy of Facebook Live. Yes, I remember when I first started making videos, I would be so crazy about making sure there were no mistakes. So I would record everything previously, then I'd put it in the photo or the video editor. I'd edit out. I'd take 100 takes, make sure everything was perfect. It took me over a week to do one video, and it got to where it was like ridiculous. I was spending all my time doing that, and I got to where, you know what? Card making doesn't need to be that difficult. Card making is supposed to be fun. Okay, whoops, I got some glue on my... It's always a good idea to put down scrap paper. You don't want glue on your nice surface. Okay, there we go. Okay, first step. We cut 1/2-inch strips and then we glued them onto a scrap piece so they're nice and attached. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut these. It's already 2 by 2. Now we want, it's already 2 inches wide. Now we want it 2 inches long. So we're going to go with our paper trimmer. And first I'm going to trim, because I know this is longer than 8, I'm going to trim off this top piece where there are some, here, let me show you. See how you can see some of that blueberry bushel cardstock back there? So I want to cut that off. And there we go. All right, now turn it around. We want 2 inches and we need 4 of these. Whoops, that's the scoring machine. That's the scoring blade. I don't know if you'd call it a blade, a scoring tool. Yeah, piece. All right, 2 by 2. Two by 2, and one more. 2 by 2. Whoops. There we go. All right. Whew. So you have 4 of them. Now to make our quilt block. Now the reason why they call this the basket weave is if you take this pattern and you continue it all around a whole entire quilt, it will look like fabric that's been, you know, woven together like a basket. It's pretty cool. Called the basket weave. But we're just using the one quilt square. All right, where is my card base? Card base? Hello, card base. Where did you go? Oh, wait a minute. Before we put all these on here, though, however, I want to run this through the embossing folder. I want to have some texture back here. But before I put texture on here, I want to make sure my stamp is stamped. So we're going to bring out the Stamparatus and turn this over. Yeah, all right. So we put our card in there, and we're going to stamp that right there. And I want to make sure okay, our card base is going to come here. Yep, that's right. I had already measured it. Also, instead of using black, I thought I'd use Night of Navy. That gives it a little interest instead of everything just black and white. So I just tap that on there. Whoops, come on. A little firmer. There we go. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to open the card. There we go. Now it's lying flat. Perfect. All right. Thinking of you with loving thoughts and prayers. Now, I said this is a masculine card. In our church ministry, many times we have to send a sympathy card to a gentleman. His wife passes away or a child passes away, and so you're sending it to husband and wife. But anyways, yeah, sympathy cards are no fun, but they do help. The recipient of the sympathy card does truly appreciate it. All right, and you know what? Okay, good. I was going to say my sponge was left open, but no, I just used it earlier. I thought I left it open all night and it dried out, but it's not dry out, it's still wet. While we have the ink open, let's go ahead and do our sailboat. Okay, and open that and turn it around. Okay, you know what? I marked this scrap where my circle punch is because I want to make sure the sailboat is there where I punch. And so there we go. And now let's pick it up. That's better. All right, and the Night of Navy again. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we have our stamping finished. There we go. Put this over here, put our ink pad away. Let's run our card base through the embossing machine. Over. And I'm just using the Subtles. Like I said, this is like my favorite embossing folder. It's just perfect for if you just need some texture, but not really a particular design. It's just like little, it's not even stripes. It's like etchings. I'm not sure how to explain it. But I just put that in there, and I know where my crease is, so, whoops. Do I want horizontal? No, I think I want it to go, yeah. I want my stripes to go vertical, so hold on. Let me get this in here again. There we go. Oh, and we need to change out our plates. So we need the regular floor mat. And then Stampin' Up! Made this special blue pad for the new embossing folders. So if you don't have that, you'll want to get it. Go. Awesome. Okay, so see how it, whoops, let me put it so you can, come on, focus. There we go. A little closer. I'm trying to get the paper to where you can see the embossing. You can kind of see it there on the side. Oh, it is so hard to show on a camera there. That's pretty good. But like I said, It's called Subtles because it is a very subtle texture. It's just perfect. It just gives the card a little something. All right, now we have our card base. Now we are ready to make our quilt square. So we have the light blues, and yeah, the first one goes here in this corner, and then the next one goes here in this corner. And see how I'm turning it so that it they're all the light blues are going to meet in the middle and make a cross. Okay, then this one goes here, and then this one goes this way. All right, these lighthouses are right side up down here. There we go. All right, so then get them all right where you want them, because you don't have much room to work with. This is a 4 1/4 inch card, and these are 2 by 2 making a 4-inch cards. I mean 4-inch square. So you don't have much room to play with. There we go. All right. Actually, it's almost too small. No, it'll be good because we're going to put a circle in the middle. All right, here's our glue because these are pretty big. Okay, and come on. Like I said, when you leave the cap off, it dries up at the top and the glue doesn't want to come out. All right, so this one goes, put this one back in its spot. And this one bumps up to it right there. Okay, get out of there. There we go. Okay, now that we have that on there, let's do this one. Oops. Go. Bump that one right up to it. There we go. Whoa, yuck. Yeah, I definitely need to remember to put scrap paper down. Got glue on my nice surface. Okay. There we go. Kim, it looks like it's just you this morning. I know, poor Dorothy. She is got family to go. I shouldn't say poor Dorothy. Dorothy is out and about. I know she wasn't going to be here. And then that one goes there. But I'm not sure where Colleen is. Colleen may be going to early church. She usually goes to church on Saturdays, though. Here we go. Okay. Whoops. Didn't quite. You know, you cut these at 2 by 2 and you're like, it should be 2 by 2. Okay, it's a little bit off there. It's all right. All right. Well, why is that one so much larger than that one? They're all the same size. That's very strange. Look at this, what happened here. See, it's like too big on that side. I'm going to have to trim that because that just looks awful. Let me get my scissors here. Where are my scissors? Oh boy, I should have used well, I didn't want to use the trimmer because there's glue on here. Oh boy, I hope I didn't mess it up too bad. There we go. All right, that looks better. Wow, that was crazy. Now, the center, you know, you can kind of see a little bit there, but we're going to cover up the center. That is one of the nice things about paper crafting is you can just cover up little things like that. In the sewing world, you wouldn't even bother with it because you would be doing quilting on top of the square and it would hide a lot of the mistakes. But in the paper world, we just use embellishments. And our embellishment is a big blue circle, just like that, and a white circle on top. So I have 2 punches here. I have the 2 1/4 punch and the 2-inch punch. I cut the blue, this is Night of Navy, out with the 2 1/4 punch, and now I'm going to cut the boats out with the 2-inch punch. And okay, get in there. There we go. And I want to quickly color these. Well, I just am going to have to get some scrap paper. Excuse me, Kim, while I get some scrap paper. Come on. There we go. Because I definitely don't want to color with my blends on this surface here. There we go. All right, I'm using Seaside Spray, actually. Night of Navy was too dark, and the Balmy Blue was not the right color of blue for these boats. And this is the new in color this past year, so we'll have these colors for another year. And so really, and plus the title, I mean the name of this color is perfect, Seaside Spray. So there you go. All right, we're going to start with the lighter one, of course, and color our sailboat. Whoops, come here. I probably should have colored it before I punched it. It's hard to hold on to it. It's so little. All right, and there we go. All right, and then come in with some dark. All right, on this, I'm going to color these lines dark. And then in this back sail, or I don't even know if it's what it is, back sail. I'm not a sailor. I don't know anything. Just put a little color back there, so it just gives it some shadow. All right, and come back in with our light one and blend it. There we go. Okay, so now we have some nice pretty sailboats there, and the boat, I'm going to use the crumb cake, the dark crumb cake, and it's too little to shadow and make look three-dimensional, so I just brushed it out like that. All right, perfect. Now we just put that on there, and we are done. All right, there's my glue. Of course, I will pop this circle up. I can't have it just flat. I love it. And then that goes on there. And that's how simple this card was. It had a little troubles there putting my square together, but other than that, that was a pretty simple card. You make a whole bunch of these. Just take your strips and make the 2-inch squares and just put them together. If you want smaller, you know, if you want it smaller, you could go quarter-inch strips, or just do 3, and so it would be, what, 1.5 inch squares? You know, you can do whatever. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. I just like it. Uses up the scrap paper, and it's pretty. There we go. Voila! What do you think, Kim? Isn't that pretty? It's just real simple. Just using up your scrap paper, and then it gives you an image so you kind of have something to look at. All right, I hope you enjoyed this morning, Kim, and for the rest of you who are watching this on the replay, if you would like to see more masculine cards, would you type masculine in the comments so I'll know and I will really focus on that? Also, I'll be trying to come up with some more, talking to you, and I don't even have my camera on my face. Anyways, if type masculine in the comments if you'd like more masculine cards. I'm going to focus more on scraps. That was a big request, how to use scrap papers more. And what else? Oh, also, my newsletter. Sign up for my newsletter. You get a free card tutorial that is exclusive to my newsletter. You won't see that card tutorial anywhere else. And it also keeps you up to date on Stampin' Up! And it keeps you up to date on my card classes. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Get some rest. Take a nap. Go outside. Enjoy the sunshine. We actually have sun today. It rained all day yesterday. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks again, Kim, for watching. Okay, bye-bye, you guys.